So you're thinking of moving to the Denver metro area and you want to check things out. You want to know, what does it feel like and look like to live, work, and play in some of the communities or some of the suburbs? Well, today I am talking all about Highlands Ranch, Colorado, and I'm going to give you the pros and cons about living there. And hopefully I'll provide you some valuable information that will help you make a decision on which part of the Denver metro area might be right for you. Now, I'm Kathy Hansen. I'm a local area realtor and I'm also a suburban mom. I've raised all three of my kids here in the suburbs of the Denver metro area. Highlands Ranch is in the unincorporated area of Douglas County, and it sits right between downtown Denver and Castle Rock. It's almost right in the middle. Now, what's great about Highlands Ranch is that 61% of the area is devoted to non-urban uses such as open space, parks, rec centers, things like that. Now, 31% is devoted to residential living and 8% is devoted to commercial space. And as of the 2020 census, the population in Highlands Ranch was about 105,000. Now, Highlands Ranch is broken down into 4 neighborhoods. You've got North Ridge, South Ridge, West Ridge, and East Ridge. Now, there's lots of communities within those neighborhoods, but when you're talking to people from Highlands Ranch, they always ask, where do you live? Are you North Ridge? Are you South Ridge? Are you West Ridge? That's how people kind of communicate as to which part of the community that they live in. So with all of that information, well, let's get started on the pros and cons of Highlands Ranch. The first pro of living in Highlands Ranch is the location. Now you'll see here on the map that Highlands Ranch sits right in the middle, again, as I said earlier, between downtown Denver and Castle Rock. It's about 13 to 15 miles from either one of those 2 cities. Now to get up to Denver, it's going to take you about 30 minutes, give or take, just depending on traffic and the route that you take. But what's really great is that there is a light rail that goes from Highlands Ranch, or Littleton, which is just north of Highlands Ranch. It goes right there from the Highlands Ranch Littleton community all the way up into downtown Denver. So if you work in downtown Denver and don't want to make that drive, or you don't want to pay for parking or deal with parking in downtown Denver, the light rail is a really great option for you. Or if you just want a night out on the town, if you want to go to one of our big sporting events, the theater, a concert, and again, you don't want to deal with parking, or maybe you want to have a drink and you don't want to drive, then the light rail is also there for you and a really great option as it runs well into the evening. So you can go to these events and hop on the light rail to make it back home. And it's super easy to navigate the light rail. I'm telling you, I think it's much easier than all the one-way streets up in downtown Denver for sure. Now, Highlands Ranch also sits about 45 to 50 minutes from the Denver International Airport, and it's about 20 minutes to our smaller private airport. So if you fly private a lot, or if you have your own plane, you might be flying out of the Centennial Airport, which is about 20 minutes away. And even if you're just a plane enthusiast and you don't own a plane or you don't fly private, there's a really great restaurant there at the Centennial Airport that you can go and have a really good meal and watch the planes land and take off. It's kind of a cool atmosphere to eat lunch or dinner at. Now, to get up to the mountains from Highlands Ranch, you're looking at about an hour-and-a-half drive to some of the world-class skiing, such as Vail, Breckenridge, Keystone. Depending on the day that you go and the traffic patterns, you could be sitting in traffic a little bit longer, especially if you're going on a big ski weekend, a big snow weekend, and you're going up Friday and coming back Sunday. Expect to sit in ski traffic on those days. But if not, if you're going up on a Wednesday, let's say, then you're looking at probably an hour-and-a-half drive from Highlands Ranch up to those ski communities. And then lastly, if you have kids that are attending CU Boulder, or you're into college football or the college sports, and you're going to be heading up to CU Boulder a lot, or maybe you're working up there, you're about an hour drive from Highlands Ranch up to CU Boulder as well. So you can see that the location of Highlands Ranch, even though it's on the south side of town, is ideal. Pro number 2 of living in Highlands Ranch is the outdoor space. Check this out. Is that not awesome? So like I said earlier, Highlands Ranch has committed 61% of its land to open space and recreation space. So there are tons of trails and paths just like this throughout the entire area. There's also mountain biking trails and hiking trails, but there is, I believe, over 70 miles of trails and paths in Highlands Ranch. Sorry about the dog barking outside, but that's what happens when you film outside in real life. Now, pro number 3 is the mountains, the mountain view and access to the mountains, which we've already discussed. But those mountain views, you're going to get them from school, and there's lots of charter schools and a STEM school here in Highlands Ranch as well. So there is probably a school for any kids' needs right here in Highlands Ranch. And while we're talking about kids' needs, it doesn't have to do with the school district, but Highlands Ranch is also home to a satellite campus of Children's Hospital. So if you utilize those services at Children's Hospital, the main campus is up in Aurora. It's nice to have access to the satellite campus, which is big and new here in Highlands Ranch. So that's also really close by. And then the last pro about living in Highlands Ranch is the Highlands Ranch Community Association. So there is a citywide association. You pay it quarterly. Your dues are not much. They're about $160 per quarter, and every residential household belongs to HRCA, Highlands Ranch Community Association. And you get some really great amenities with that. There's 4 recreation centers, one in each of the neighborhoods, Northridge, Southridge, Eastridge, and Westridge. And all 4 of the rec centers are a little bit different. They all have fitness centers, so you can go there to the gym, you can work out. They have the ellipticals, they have the cardio stuff, they have the weights. They all have the fitness centers in it. One of them or some of them have batting cages, some of them have tennis courts, some of them have a climbing wall. So some of them have different things from the others. They all have pools. Some of them have outdoor pools with the 0 entry and really great slides. Some of them have splash pads, some of them have indoor pools. So each of the rec centers offers a little something different. And as a resident in Highlands Ranch, you can go to all 4 of them because you pay for it through the HRCA. And some of these rec centers also have daycares or preschools right in the rec centers as well. They are pretty fantastic centers. And then the HRCA is also responsible, or they also provide sporting leagues. So all kinds of sporting activities for kids and adults. And then HRCA, they do the fireworks show at the 4th of July. They do parades. I think they also bring the farmers markets in. So we have farmers markets that go from May to about October, I believe. They do Oktoberfest. They do the concerts in the parks where they bring in the food trucks and they make it a real big community event. HRCA is in charge of all of those things. All of those things that kind of feel like Americana right here in Highlands Ranch, HRCA is in charge of. So you get all of those things with your quarterly dues. Now on to the cons. The first con about living in Highlands Ranch is the smaller lot sizes. Now Highlands Ranch is known to have smaller lots than a lot of the other areas in the Denver metro area. Now there are definitely houses and communities in Highlands Ranch that have bigger lots, but overall Highlands Ranch is known for the smaller postage stamp type lots. Now con number 2 is it's kind of a cookie cutter community. So Highlands Ranch was built or began being built in the early 90s and has just continued. So because of that, because it's a newer community as far as communities go, there's all tract homes here. And the tract homes, well, they begin to look alike, let's be honest. There are many different builders here. There's many different communities here, but it is a tract home community. very much like Desperate Housewives, Wisteria Lane type thing, where all of the homes, tract homes, kind of look the same. So that, I would say, is con number 2, that there is a lack of diversity in housing. Now, housing here in Highlands Ranch, though, prices, well, it starts in about the mid-5s up to multi-million-dollar homes. And so you have the gamut of price ranges, the gamut of housing styles, but they're all kind of tract home-esque type homes. There also are condos and townhomes here in Highlands Ranch, and those begin about the mid-3s. And then we have a 55+ community here in Highlands Ranch that sits right on the golf course as well. Con number 3 is the bubble, the Highlands Ranch bubble. Now, some people will say the Highlands Ranch bubble is because everything you need is right here in Highlands Ranch. You don't need to leave the city. You have all of the shopping, you have the restaurants, you have the mom and pop restaurants, you have the big chain, big box restaurants, you have the movie theaters, you have golf courses, you have all of the recreation activities. You don't need to leave the bubble, is what people refer to it as. The one thing it doesn't have is nightlife, though. Honestly, the streets kind of roll up at night at about 9 o'clock around here in Highlands Ranch. But I think the bubble most likely refers to the lifestyles here in Highlands Ranch. Just like the tract homes are all kind of the same, well, a lot of the people that live here, the lifestyles are all kind of the same as well. Now, don't get me wrong. Highlands Ranch is filled with a lot of really great people. I have a lot of friends that live here in Highlands Ranch, and they're wonderful, wonderful people. So let's just say there's a lot of Starbucks drinking, Lululemon wearing, soccer mom van driving, or I should probably say an SUV driving type ladies here. Now, I hope that makes sense, and I hope I didn't offend anyone. That was not my intention, but it's the true reality from my perspective of Highlands Ranch. Nothing wrong with it, nothing good or bad about it. It just is what it is, right? And then the last con about living in Highlands Ranch is you could potentially have 2 or 3 HOAs, depending on which neighborhood or community that you buy in. So again, every residential home here is a part of the HRCA, the Highlands Ranch Community Association, and you pay your quarterly dues of about $164, $165 a quarter. Some communities have their own HOA on top of HRCA, and some communities have 2 HOAs on top of HRCA. So it's just something to be aware of, because we don't want it to bust your budget when you're out here looking. So you do need to be aware of there is a potential you could have 2 HOAs here in Highlands Ranch. And that makes it a con in my opinion. So there you have it, the pros and cons of living in Highlands Ranch. Now, if you found this information valuable, will you go ahead and hit that like button? And if you want to see more of my videos, hit that subscribe button, because I post a video every Tuesday about what it's like to live, work, and play right here in the Denver suburbs. And then every other Friday, I do a new construction home tour. So if you're interested in getting notified when those things post, hit that subscribe button below. So please don't hesitate to reach out. All of my contact information will be in the details section and the comment section below. And I am the one who does answer my phone, the texts, the emails. Those answers are coming from me directly. So if I can help you, please don't hesitate to reach out. And until next time, we'll get out there and make today a great one. Don't just make it a good one, make it a great one. I'll see you on the next video.